the boy who shared his umbrella. It was a cold, rainy morning in a small town. The streets were alive with the sound of raindrops tapping on rooftops, puddles forming along sidewalks, and people rushing to find shelter. At a busy bus stop, a young boy stood waiting for his school bus. He wore a neatly pressed uniform, his shoes polished to perfection, and in his hand was a tiny red umbrella, barely big enough to shield him from the rain. Beside him stood an elderly woman, hunched over, clutching a worn-out bag filled with groceries. Her clothes were soaked through, and she shivered in the chilly rain. She had no umbrella, and the rainwater dripping from her gray hair made her look even more fragile. The boy glanced at her, noticing her discomfort. Without a second thought, he stepped closer and held his small umbrella over her. The woman looked at him, surprised by the gesture. "You'll get wet, my dear," she said, her voice trembling, a mix of gratitude and concern. The boy smiled warmly and replied, "It's okay, Grandma. I don't want you to get sick." For the next 10 minutes, they stood there, huddled under the little red umbrella. The boy's shoulders were soaked, but he didn't seem to mind. Passers-by noticed the scene, their hurried steps slowing as they watched this act of kindness. Some even smiled, reminded of the goodness that still exists in the world. When the bus finally arrived, the boy helped the elderly woman onto it before stepping back. She paused at the door, looking at him with tears glistening in her eyes. "Thank you, child. The world needs more hearts like yours," she said. The boy waved as the bus drove off, disappearing into the rainy morning. The story didn't end there. One of the onlookers, inspired by the boy's gesture, decided to pay it forward. Later that day, he bought umbrellas and handed them out to others caught in the rain. Word of the boy's simple act of kindness spread through the town, sparking a chain reaction of generosity and goodwill. The boy's small red umbrella became a symbol of compassion, reminding everyone that even the smallest act of kindness can brighten someone's day and inspire change. Moral of the story: kindness knows no age, no boundaries, and no limits. A simple gesture, no matter how small, can make a big difference and restore faith in humanity.